Victoria, and today I'm going to be filming kind of like a video, high-end versus low-end makeup comparison. In this video I'm going to show you face products, so primer, foundation, concealer, and then like powder. I'll do another video about like eye makeup and lips if you guys want to see that. But if you guys like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. I'm just gonna get started with the video. So for a long time I didn't use primer, but recently I've been all over it. I have two here. For my low end one, I have the Hard Candy Sheer Envy primer. This is from Walmart. And then the Sephora silicone free primer. So for my primer, at least in my personal opinion, I like something that doesn't feel oily or like a silk material on your skin, and I like something that will keep my makeup on, of course, because it is a primer and it's almost a base layer to smooth everything out. So I first started out and I tried the Hard Candy one. This was about $6 to $7 I believe at Walmart. I really thought this was going to be good. I heard a bunch of really good things about this in reviews because it has a almost pearl tint to it, so when you rub it in it leaves almost kind of like a glimmer. I don't know if it's gonna pick that up on camera, but a lot of people like this just because it added that glow to your skin. I did like that, but I felt like it was very oily on my skin, and when I took it off I noticed my pores were a lot more clogged, so I didn't like that for that reason, just because it was very oil based, and that's not very good for my skin because I do have very oily skin. So I went to Sephora and I wanted to invest in something maybe a little bit more expensive but not too much. I almost got one of the Makeup Forever HD ones, but those are very expensive. So the lady said that this was very comparable to the Makeup Forever HD primer, and this is the Sephora silicone free one, and I love this because it has a pump. This is a really nice primer because it's completely silicone free, so that material of it feeling like soft almost like this one, it's not there. It just feels like honestly water going on your skin, and it dries very fast and it dries very thin feeling, so I liked that for that reason. And I've also noticed that this one, because it maybe is a little bit more higher end, that it kept my makeup on a lot longer than the Hard Candy one. So for this kind of high-end, low-end comparison, I would really go with the high-end one just because you'll get the most bang for your buck because there's a lot more product in it, surprisingly. I went through this one really fast. This one, because it does have the pump, it's almost more control of how much product you're using, but I would really invest in a really good primer. I really like this one. Next, I have foundations. For the low-end one, I have the Maybelline Fit Me in the color 115, and then I have the Tarte Amazonian Clay one, and this is in the color, I want to say, I'm not sure where it is on here. I think it's called Sand or Fair Beige. That's the color I'm in. Foundation is, as you guys probably know, the base of your makeup. You really want something that's full coverage, at least that's what I like. Full coverage gives you the flawless look. So like I said with the primers, I started out with drugstore just because I didn't want to go invest in something if drugstore would hold me over until I needed to up my coverage. So when my skin was pretty bad, when I did that video about my skin and my acne story, I got this. I heard a bunch of good things about this, but surprisingly I didn't like this at all. I found with drugstore foundations that they're very sheer, even if it does say that they're full coverage. This is very sheer. It went on very oily. I've tried a bunch of them, a bunch of Maybelline ones, and then the CoverGirl, all of the Nature Luxe and those, and they just make my skin feel very cakey, and they apply very cakey for me. Even with a damp beauty blender, which would really sheer it out, it still feels really cakey. But the cakey look isn't giving me the coverage, so it's just like it makes my face look bad. So I haven't had much luck with drugstore. So then I turned to higher end, so I went to Sephora once again, and I got the Tarte Amazonian Clay, and I'm obsessed with this, guys. I recommend this product so much. I use this pretty much every day that I'm going out or want a full coverage, full face of makeup. The consistency of this is so nice. It's so pigmented and it covers literally everything. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see that because my camera never focuses, but I could literally cover a tattoo with this stuff. I again would go with the higher end foundation, just because if you don't have a good base for your makeup, then everything else will be off. The color on your skin, like the coloration, your pigmentation of your skin, it will be off. So definitely, at least in my opinion, I would go with a higher end foundation. Next, in the face makeup kind of routine, I use concealer. So I have two here. They're both kind of different forms, but they're the only two concealers that I've ever really used. This is the Maybelline Mineral Power one, and this has a wand applicator, and this is a little bit of a lighter shade. I made a video about products I don't like, and this was sadly in it. At first though, I really liked this because it didn't crease at all, even when I didn't set it. It was good in that sense as for application, but the color and the pigmentation was a little bit weird. I think this is really good if you're just trying to cover a little blemish here or there, or under eye circles even. But like me, again, if you go back and look at my acne story video, I have really bad skin, so I needed something to cover like one of my zits or something, full coverage, and this just didn't do it for me. So I invested in, again, the Tarte Amazonian Clay Waterproof 12-Hour Concealer. And this is a stick concealer just like this. What I found with this one is a lot thicker, so it creased. So this one is better in that sense, but this has a lot more coverage and it stays on a lot longer. I just have to make sure I set it very well with a setting powder or some kind of face powder, or it will crease and you'll be able to see the lines. So you can honestly get away with using like a drugstore concealer if you just have little blemishes or anything. But if you are struggling with acne, or you have a lot of dark under eye circles and you need something to cover that up, definitely invest in a more expensive concealer. I believe this one was $18 and this one was $3 or $4. So this one's very cost effective and this one is a little bit more money, but they both get the job done. And lastly, I have kind of face, I don't know how to describe this, like face brighteners, bronzers. This is like all in one. So first, for drugstore, I have the Physicians Formula Happy Booster Glow and Mood Boosting Powder in Translucent. And I think the packaging on these are really cute. I've always loved Physician Formula things. So this basically has like a hot pink shade, some shimmers, some bronzers. I use this as everything pretty much. I only use this if I'm using it. I can't talk today. But I really like this just because I can do it all in one, and then you can use it as a bronzer, a blush, everything, because it does have this pink shade right here. So you could use this as a blush, and it just gets the job done very, very fast. The pigmentation on these, it's awesome. Compared to this one, both are amazing products. This one obviously is a lot more money. This is the Too Faced Sweetheart blush, but this has a bronzer shade right here, a blush shade, and this shimmery shade. They both basically do the same things, and I love them both equally. So either or, it's both really good products depending on your price range. So that's what I have to say about that. So yeah, that's my kind of comparison for face makeup. As you guys could tell, I really like using high-end products just because of the quality of them. But like these powders and such, you can kind of get away with drugstore. You just gotta test the products out, see what you like, see what you don't like.